Garp is a fraud, or is he misunderstood? Now, I understand that some people will be like, wait a minute, what are you talking about? But in my opinion, I think mentally, Garp is a fraud. Strength-wise, of course, he's very powerful. Hello, it's your boy 4Piece. I talk about Naruto and One Piece. And if you guys want to join your boy, like, share, sub, turn on noise so you don't miss the upload of your boy, you know what I'm saying? And anyway, let's dive straight into this crazy topic, okay? Now, number one, my first point here, the God Valley incident. Now, I want to talk about Dragon and Garp. Now, listen, of course, we know that Garp convinced Dragon to be a Navy, SEAL, whatever. And the thing about Garp is that he's seen a lot of evil stuff in God Valley. Yet, he was still an admiral. Well, he didn't become an admiral, but he was still in the Navy. He was still rooting for the Navy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, why would you do that? Why didn't you just join your son, Dragon? Because Dragon was at God Valley, and if you guys seen the latest chapter in 1161, he was literally trying to save the kids. Okay, he's seen the hunting games. You guys are reading God Valley. It's crazy. People are hunting down people, killing people, taking people out. It's just so disgusting. And Dragon, you could tell this really changed him. Him seeing this entire incident and everything, it changed him. He went against the world government. So why didn't Garp go with him? That's your son. Why didn't you go with him to go fight against the world government? That's a very, 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 very interesting thing. That's been really ticking me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of say mentally he's kind of a fraud. I understand. Some of you gonna get mad at me. I know, but I know it's a hot take. But I think it's true. I feel like your son is fighting for something great. So why don't you follow suit? Especially someone as powerful as you. Like Garp. This is Garp we're talking about. The Garp is legendary when it comes to like strength and whatever. This man is legendary. Okay, the Muhammad Ali of the Navy. You know what I'm saying? Like whoa. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, right? Also too. Then my second point here. He then tries to convince Luffy to be a Navy. As you know, Luffy wants to be a pirate, which I can understand. I can understand why Garp doesn't want Luffy to be a pirate. Okay, pirates in majority of the One Piece world, pirates are evil. Like let's just get that out of the way. Yes, not everybody's gonna be a Monkey D. Luffy, right? But I can understand his thing, right? But if you think about it, like him trying to convince Luffy to be in the Navy, and to do whatever he wants him to do, right? And after seeing what you've seen at God Valley, it's like, bro, come on, really? Why don't you just tell Luffy to go to the Revolutionary Army or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you just tell Luffy to yo fams, go to the Revolution, be with your father, okay, and learn under him, train under him, and become very, very, very powerful. So that way one day we could take down this government together. How come Garp wasn't willing to do that? Was he scared? We don't know that. But we'll dive straight into that later on in this video. Okay. Now, my third point here, Garp is very, very hard-headed. Okay, and that's why I say as a fraud. That's why I'm saying he's a fraud mentally. Because like even when you tell him, "Hey, this is not good," whatever. Like even though these people are bad, it's like, yeah, but I still feel like you need to be in the Navy. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how let's say I'll give you guys a mini example. Let's say you're trying to be an entrepreneur or something, whatever, and you're saying to the person like, yo, I don't want to work under somebody else, I just don't like it, it's just not for me. And that person just keeps telling you, no, you need to work under somebody else because you need to get paid and it needs to be easier, whatever. And you can understand where they're coming from because it's easier, you get good wage, decent wage, you're guaranteed to get paid, whatever. When you're an entrepreneur, you're not gonna you don't know when you're gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when, so you can understand, but they refuse to see where you're coming from. And that's why I feel how Garp is, right? When Luffy was telling him like, look, I want to find the One Piece, I want to be the king of the pirates, he's like, no, and you can understand where he's coming from, but bruh, You're trying to convince him to join the Navy, bruh? Work under a bunch of the devils, bro? Work on a bunch of devils? Why would you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, after what you've seen at Garp Valley, after seeing what the Celestial Dragons were doing to innocent people, you want your son or your grandson to work under those types of people? I know it's a hot take for y'all. I know it could be a hot take, but that's just my opinion. All right. Anyway, let's get into the last one here. So, in my opinion, I feel like for the last point here, I think this makes Garp a bit more redeemable. In my personal opinion, I think this makes him a bit more redeemable because of this, and that is Koby. Koby is the son of the Navy, bro. The sun, like the bright sun that could change and alter the Navy. Okay. And the reason why is that he is a very, very good person. He's a very great dude. Okay. He's a scrawny little kid, and then he becomes very strong, works his butt off, becomes very strong, yada, yada, yada. Garp sees it, and Koby's willingness to learn under him, and you know what I'm saying? And Garp literally saying that, yo, Koby is he's my heir. Like, he's my nigga. This is my little nigga. This is my bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Garp really passed on to Koby. And the reason why I feel like he did that is because Koby could do what he couldn't. Koby, he sees the fact that Koby is willing to sacrifice his life and willing to go against something, even when the what's it called? Oh my goodness, I'm losing my train of thought. Have mercy. When the thing's against him, when the whole system is against him, he's willing to go against it, right? For example, Akainu, when he tried to kill Koby, like he was about to kill Koby, and Koby was like, yo, you need to stop the war, you need to stop this, or whatever. The fact that he was willing to go that far and willing to stop Akainu, well, Akainu, is it Akainu? I don't know how to say his name, but it's one of them niggas, right? Okay, the fact that he was willing to go that far to stop that makes him such an incredible character, makes him unbelievable, and makes and you can understand why Garp put his trust in Koby. Okay, the fact that, okay, this kid could do what I can do, and he could become very powerful. And this kid's willing to work hard and willing to punch the ships and work hard and break, you know what I'm saying? And become very strong and willing to go against the system. Maybe he's going to do what I couldn't do. I wasn't willing to do what you know what I'm saying? So I think Garp sees something in Koby. Like, he sees himself in Koby, which is beautiful. Which makes him a bit more redeemable, but I still kind of say he's a fraud because I feel like he could have done something. In my personal opinion, I feel like he could have done a little bit. Joined Dragon. If Dragon's very, very powerful, which I think he is, because Oda has not even showcased his power yet. If Dragon's very, very powerful, why didn't you join your son? I don't know. Very weird. Very weird to me. But anyway, in conclusion here, I want to know how you guys feel about this situation. How do you guys feel? Do you guys feel like Garp is a fraud? Do you guys think I'm over exaggerating? Do you guys think I'm being weird? Or do you guys agree? Let me know down below. I do feel like Garp is a little bit of a fraud because I feel like with the amount of power he had, the amount of strength that he had, the amount of potential influence he could have had, I feel like he could have been way more powerful and way more stronger, whatever. The fact that he was that powerful and the fact that he was the hero of the Navy, okay, quote unquote, I feel like he could have done more, in my personal opinion, instead of being stuck in the system. But yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys stay strong, stay safely blessed. I have more uploads on the way. And yeah, peace.